Hi, I'm Howard Glazer. I'm a practicing dentist, and I'm here to share with you a solution for success, and that's to introduce you to the family of OMNICHROMA products by Tokiyama. They offer you the original OMNICHROMA, which blends beautifully to all shades of dentition. The entire Vita Shade Guide is available in these three products: the OMNICHROMA Flow, and the OMNICHROMA Bulk Flow. OMNICHROMA is easy to use, less inventory because it covers the entire Vita Shade Guide, as well as being highly polishable, highly durable for a strong, aesthetic-looking restoration. What I'd like to do now is show you the various products and how easy it is to work with them. Let's begin with the granddaddy, if you will, the original product, the OMNICHROMA, which is an excellent product. When you unbox it, you will see that you will have the unit dose material there. You will also have a very instructive how-to guide of how to use the material, as well as a very important piece of paper called the instructions for use. Now, most of you take this and you toss it away. However, I sincerely encourage you to save it and read it, because it will give you the tips and tricks in using the material. So let's take a look at how easy it is to use this material. And simply, I've loaded the PLT into the syringe. As you see, it comes out very nice and easy. It will stack on itself, very easy to use, and you will see it has a very stiff-like but yet pliable consistency to it, so that it's easy to pack in the restoration. One thing you will notice when the material is expressed, it looks rather chalky white. Don't become alarmed. Once it's photo-cured, it blends beautifully with the tooth structure. So let's take a look at the OMNICHROMA blocker. As I said, this is two uses for it that I think are very valuable. And number one is you use it when you want to mask out a darker shade of dentin, for example. But they also have a use guide here, which is quite well. And you see where the blocker is effective in masking out a darker shade. Now we're going to show you how it is when you express it out. Again, comes in unit dose, which is my favorite application of material, and we'll load it into the syringe and just express some on the paper. Again, highly pliable, like any composite, packable. You could notice that it's a little bit darker in shade because it's going to be used to neutralize the darkness of the dentin. And then over this, you would simply place the OMNICHROMA itself. I'd like to talk to you about OMNICHROMA Flow. As you see, when this comes out, this is a little different because this is going to be in a syringe format. And again, here's our syringe. And one of the things you will get, again, you'll get an easy to use guide, and you'll get the instructions for use. Again, I encourage you to look at that. When we're using OMNICHROMA Flow, where would I use this, for example? Well, where I would consider using this is in a Class 5 restoration, because you want to just be able to syringe something in very easy in a Class 5. I would consider using it on an incisal edge, where you might be a small chip in which you're trying to get the material to blend with the structure of the tooth itself. So we're going to just fix our simple nozzle on here, and you'll see this is a flowable material, so it will flow rather well out of the syringe. And you can actually stack this. It's not going to be self-leveling to the point of a runnable. This is truly a flowable, in that you can apply this. So you could see how you could draw it very nicely on an incisal edge or in a Class 5 restoration. Let me demonstrate to you OMNICHROMA Bulk Flow. As I'm opening the box, you're going to find that the contents are identical to the OMNICHROMA Flow. So let's take a look at how we're going to use this material. And more important, perhaps, is the use is going to be different for each of these products. In the OMNICHROMA Flow, I am going to use that on the incisal edge. So where would I use the bulk OMNICHROMA Flow? And that would generally be in an instance where I'm going to use it in a pediatric restoration, where I might be building up 2 to 4 millimeters, and I want to bulk it in. The flowable consistency of this material is excellent. It does flow. It's not a runnable. It is not self-leveling to the point where it's going to run all over the place. You get good adaptation to the cavity walls, and you have the value of OMNICHROMA in that it's going to blend to the tooth structure. So now you've seen this suite of products by Tokiyama called the OMNICHROMA family. And the OMNICHROMA family will undoubtedly save you time. It'll save you money. You don't need to have an inventory of multiple shades. It's very easy to use, great what I call squirt and shoot technology, giving you beautiful, long-lasting, highly polishable results that'll satisfy you and your patient.